Welcome to Kenshi. Rather than chasing a goal or a challenge, I'll be focusing on role-playing. First, let us introduce our protagonist, Jack. A wanderer with no clan and no cause. Punished not for who he is, but for who he calls a friend. And Ren, a young Shek warrior. Chained simply because he is not a male Greenlander. After waking from their recovery coma, they learn to play the part of obedient slave during the day. But when the sun falls, they train their lockpicking, sneak around, steal food, and quietly prepare for their escape. Jack and Ren begin speaking to the other slaves. Escaping with just the two of them is practically impossible. Some agree to join, others refuse out of pride, and some are simply too afraid to try. Days pass. On the sixth night, Jack and Ren pull off their first bold move, a staged distraction. Give them the chance to steal as much food as they can carry. Meat wraps, bread, cooked vegetable, anything edible. They stash the food in a barrack close to their escape route. The next day, they try something bolder, their first true escape attempt. Thanks to another friendly slave, Ren has been practicing his knockout skill. He strikes two guards in their bed, then waits for the right moment to take down the last one standing. They strip the guards of their armor and clothes, shackle them, and lock them in cages. How ironic. Bataille caused a distraction so the team can slip away. And then there's Plot. They invite him because of how crazy he is, and he proves it again. With a wild, reckless move, he runs straight into a patrol headed their way, drawing them far from the escape route. At last, the team reaches their planned hiding spot and waits, letting time blur their faces in the guard's memory. They don't sneak or sprint through the gate, they walk, as if nothing happened. No questions, no suspicion. With the disguise, they pass a group of nomads without raising a single eyebrow. They find a small shack, a safe house. No one is inside, but there's food. Lucky for them, because most are starving, some even faint from hunger. After eating, the questions come. Should they go back for the three who didn't make it out? Reese walking back into Rebirth. Jack says yes. Ren stands beside him. Rin, quiet until now, also volunteers. Before leaving, for the first time in weeks, they sleep. No shackles, no orders. Just the sound of the wind. 2 days later, same trick, same escape plan. After resting, they change clothes and discuss their next step. By the way, from this point on, there are some changes to the mods, so things will look a little different. Sue decides to head north in search of the flotsam ninjas after reading the notes left by them in the safe house. Bataille and Mataru will follow Sue first, before heading back to the United Cities, their hometown. The rest choose a different route, through Fog Island, aiming to reach the Shek Kingdom. The Holy Nation territory is the other option, but one they refuse to risk. They take turns resting before leaving the safe house, bringing just enough food for the journey and leaving the rest for future escapees lucky enough to find it. Jack's squad eventually come across a ruin. From a distance, they spot Fogmen. Even from afar, it's clear they are not friendly. The group decides to take a long detour to avoid them. But little do they know, those are just a speck of dust compared to what awaits inside. Jack has a bad feeling about it. They come across a group of Holy Nation outlaws but don't stop to talk, just sprint past without looking back. Those poor outlaws probably won't survive, but it's none of their business, especially with another larger horde closing in from behind. While Jack's squad is being hunted in the Fog Island, Su, Mataru, and Batai are running for their life in the floodland. Back in the Fog Island, most of the Jack squad is hurt. And Peace has been knocked out. Luckily, they reach Mongrel. The ninja guard at the gate fight with skill and precision, cutting down fogmen left and right. But the numbers are overwhelming, and many slip past the guard, swarming into the city. The fighters of Mongrel immediately leap into action. Chaos erupts. The rest of the group heals and rests inside the bar while Jack heads out to rescue Peace. As the chaos dies down, Jack loots the fallen after one prize in particular. He can't carry much, so he wakes Plop to help. Meanwhile, Su, Metaru, and Batai make it to the hidden village of the Flotsam Ninjas, ready for their own adventures. Will Su join the Flotsam Ninja? Will Mataru and Batai make it to the United Cities? For now, it remains unknown. After selling most of the loot, Jack meets a special character, one who will become one of the most important members of his future team. That night, Jack encounters an old man who, after some pleasant conversation, decides to tag along. Meanwhile, Double hires Infinite Wingwang from another bar. She starts by demanding 100,000 cat, but after negotiation, they settle on 5,000 with one condition. His name cannot be changed. With funds running low, Jack decides to hunt Fog Prince's head. Carrying a Fog Prince body to bait the Fogman, he runs toward Mongrel Gate. Most give up halfway, but a few chase him all the way until two white gorillas smash through them, slowing down and taking hits so the others can catch up. Jack finally reaches the gate, bringing the surviving frogmen into the guard's range. Most of the squad is knocked out during the fight, but Beep and Peace stay standing, healing the others and carrying them to beds in the bar. After clearing and selling the loot, Jack meets Oaklin, an assassin who once tried and failed to kill the Holy Prince as a child. Whether by choice or exile, he now lives in Mongrel. He joins under one condition: he will never again harm a child. Wing Wang offers to clear the bounty of Rushden if she joins. While buying food and preparing to leave, Jack meets Shrike, a woman stranded in Mongrel for a year after losing her brother to the Fogmen. She accepts Jack's offer to join, hoping to overcome her fear and escape the city. Moo, given the same chance by Rin, chooses to stay. At sunrise, they hire mercenaries for protection in order to escape Fog Island. Soon enough, the mercenaries prove their worth. While the squad tend to their wounds, the mercenaries hold back the Fogmen. However, when a massive horde appears, the squad has no choice but to run, leaving the mercenaries' fate unknown. Escaping Fog Island, they try to stay low, avoiding patrols. But two Fogmen still spot them. Making sure there are no others nearby, the team turns to deal with the pair. Finally, they make it out into the drag. The mercenaries are never seen again. Did they survive? Were they eaten alive? Nobody knows. There are cannibals in the drag, which the team avoids, until they come across a hive village under attack. They jump in to help before continue into Vane. the hub, there are several wanted bounties, but two stand out. Biggie, a massive man with a massive hammer, and Needles, a fairly average-looking Scotch lantern who might be overlooked if you're not paying attention. But the team is too weak to take either of them for now. The hub is not the best place to sleep at, but they really need a rest after the long journey. Some of them even take the chance and go to a bar having some drink. As the sun rises, it's time to move on to the Shek Kingdom. First destination, Squeen. At Squeen Gate, a group of dust bandits try to cause trouble, but are quickly beaten down by the Shek guards. Jack's squad collect their gears and bounties. Inside Squeen, a Shek named Deltoid tries to taunt them, but one look at Bib's aura shut him down. Just as they head into a bar for a drink, Deltoid tries again. He is just not worth the effort. In the bar, Drin meets Kang, a Shek warrior offering protection for 6,000 cats. Arrogant as he is, anyone trying to touch Drin will have to get through Kang first. Jack also meets Ruka, a hornless Shek. To him, horn or no horn, they are the same. They talk about battles, about how she lost her horn. In the end, Ruka decides to join. Shrike frees Auron, a Shek peasant longing to be a warrior. After drinks, they head for Admech, capital of Shek Kingdom, saying goodbye to peace in Squeen. The journey is long and quiet. Sandstorms sweeping across the desert. They chat with Nomad before finally reaching Admech. Jack meets Mars, a retired tech hunter, and they share stories and drink. Ruka speaks with Rain the Giant, a warrior named by the stone golem herself, and Rain joins for quite a price. After one last drink, Ren and Double stay in Admech, while the rest of the team heads back to the hub. On the way, they pass a ruin occupied by Shek outcasts. Jack decides to steal some weapons. One outcast chases him, and it's a bad idea. They come across a group of nomads selling animals. Jack buys a garu and names it Gohan. Finally, they arrive back at the hub. This is only the beginning. The wasteland is vast and the road ahead is long, but one thing's certain, the adventure has only just begun.